Hello, welcome to Grace for Today. I'd like to share a few scriptures with you. It's found in Romans chapter 12, and I'm going to start at verse 17. The scripture says, "Never pay back evil for evil to anyone. Respect what is right in the sight of all men. If possible, so far as it depends on you, be at peace with all men. Never take your own revenge, beloved, but leave room for the wrath of God, for it is written, 'Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord.'" You know, when we look at that, it's easy to take our own revenge out on people. And God says, you know what, if you will leave things alone, I'll take care of them. And you may say, well, I've been hurt really bad by someone, and what if they become a Christian? Then is God going to punish them as a Christian? Well, the answer for that is if a person becomes a Christian after sinning against you and hurting you tremendously, then Jesus will take the punishment for them. You can rest assured someone will pay for the wrongs that you've been done. Either the people who do them or Jesus will bear the wrongs of those who put their trust in Him. Aren't you glad that that's true? I mean, I'm glad for me because I know I've hurt a lot of people in my life, and I'm glad that Jesus suffered the punishment that I deserve. But look at this next verse. Verse 20 says, "If your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him a drink. For in doing this, you'll be heaping burning coals on his head. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." Now, this is in opposition to everything that we feel when someone does us wrong. Doing good to someone who has done wrong to us is not something that we immediately think of doing. But this is the command that we've been given by the Lord, that we are to do good to people. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean that by doing good to them that we're punishing them by pouring heaps of coal? No, what this is speaking of conviction that comes on someone when we treat them better than they've treated us. It's a conviction of their own hearts, because they know that if they were treated in a similar manner, that their attitude would be much different than yours are. And you know, I experienced this as a police officer. People would, at times, they would curse me out and talk about my family or whatever, criminals that I would be arresting. And more than once, I just held my cool. And before that was over, that person would come to me and apologize at some point during the investigation. What happened? I was pouring heaps of coals on their head, and their attitude turned, and they went from being very mean and hateful to kind and repentant. And that's what we want. You know, the Lord wants us all to turn from evil and do good. But we can't do evil to others and expect good to come out of it. We must always return good for evil, so that they can then turn from their ways when they're convicted in their own hearts. You have a grace-filled day. I'll see you next time.